There's been many truly special moments in reality TV history that are almost movie script like material, and no way it can possibly be true. But there's one story that truly might rise above them all, and that is the story of Christine Ha, aka a blind chef who won a cooking competition. Yes, you heard that right. Be sure to hit that subscribe and like button if you would like to see more MasterChef videos. And with that, here's the incredible true story of Christine. It's the third season of MasterChef, meaning that in order to make it on the show, you gotta get past the ever so scary auditions. This is of course the first time we as the audience get the chance to meet the potential cast members. And at the end of the premiere episode, Christine would make her first appearance and immediately stole the hearts of America.
First name is?
My name is Christine.
Christine, in the history of MasterChef, we've never had a blind contestant. Welcome. What are you cooking?
I'm cooking Vietnamese comfort food. It's a catfish braised in a clay pot.
Christine, you've got 5 minutes to complete that dish.
Thank you.
Just in front.
Just in
No,
front?
you were there. Just a little bit higher, darling.
Okay, thank
There we
you.
are. Thank you.
Maybe about 10 years ago, I was diagnosed with an autoimmune condition. I lost my vision gradually over the past 10 years.
In your mind, you're visualizing what you put on a plate.
Yes, that's correct. And a lot of it is obvious by memory.
The catfish, how did you cook it?
With some caramel that I made by just caramelizing sugar on the stove, using coconut soda as well, and with shallots and garlic.
So what's the idea behind cooking it in the clay pot?
It's supposed to aid with the quicker caramelization.
Well, thank you so much.
Thank you, Chef.
Joe, obviously.
I've heard you give mean looks, but luckily I can't see it.
As you talk about your food, not only are you able to express it in words, but your face speaks volumes. Your eyes beam with happiness and pride and passion. And you have a lot to be proud of.
Thank you, sir.
It's amazing.
Joe, yes or no?
100% yes.
Thank you, sir.
Graham, yes or no?
I'm a yes.
God. Thank you, Chef.
That's one of the most delicious dishes I've tasted in this competition so far. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much, Chef.
I mean, really, good job. Wow.
For everyone in America, you can overcome anything you want to overcome and get what you want to get. And I'm going to be the next Master Chef.
I mean, Christine could have produced a dish that made the judges throw up, and that still wouldn't have mattered. As for this woman to do what she did, given her obvious limitations, is absolutely incredible. But instead of a bad dish, or heck, a barely passing dish, she produced arguably the best dish of the entire audition process. But again, while this is all really good, of course the first audition is only step one, and in order to make it onto the final cast, you gotta pass through one more test. The 36 that earned an apron would all have to make a ground beef dish, with the 18 that produced the best dish officially earning a spot onto the final cast. We would see more so how Christine would work, as she had assistants to hand her ingredients, but everything else was all on her. After time was up, in a catch-22 for Christine, while she wasn't one of the 12 to immediately be eliminated without tasting, she wasn't one of the top 12 to immediately earn their spot, as the judges had to take a closer look at her dish to determine if she was worthy of a spot in the top 18.
I made a Thai basil beef served with rice.
Flavors are really complex. I get the heat, the sweet, and it's really delicious.
Season the rice?
No, sir, I didn't. I figured that the beef and the basil would have enough flavor.
You were right.
Christine,
Yes, Chef.
were you happy with the dish you put forward?
I think the beef could have been cooked less.
Christine, you're going to the MasterChef kitchen.
There's this disadvantage I may have, but there's really no excuse that you can't be the best that you can be.
And so, despite her disability, Christine Ha is officially in the top 18, the 18 best home cooks in America at that, and now her MasterChef journey is truly underway. The top 18 episode would actually be a somewhat quiet one for her, as we would once again see the challenges she would have to face compared to the other contestants, as she would have to listen to the judges list off the ingredients, while the others could just simply see them, and in general had to go off essentially all instincts. But again, while her risotto elimination dish wasn't anything amazing, it wasn't anything awful, and she wasn't even considered for the bottom 3, with David Mack in the end being the one to go home. The second contestant of the night to go home, actually, as Samantha had been eliminated in a surprise mystery box challenge elimination earlier that episode, and thus, Christine had already moved up 2 spots in the competition. That would bring us into episode 5, truly the defining moment of Christine's MasterChef run, as it perfectly encapsulates her story into one episode. In the first team challenge of the season, unsurprisingly, she would be the last pick, as the top 16 would be cooking for 201 Marines, and nobody wanted Christine's disability to hold them back. And unfortunately, Christine would have a tough time, with her teammates not exactly going out of their way to help a blind chef.
Michael, what do you got going on?
I'm grilling the onions and the mushrooms right now.
Yeah, I didn't see the mushrooms get seasoned.
I don't mean to throw Christine on the bus, but she prepped them.
These are going to turn black as tar.
Yeah, well,
So it's Christine's fault.
I'm cooking the mushrooms out.
Frank, you're gonna have to tell me if I'm dropping it over their tray. Make sure, okay?
There you go.
I end up in the serving line serving the chicken breast. I have to basically reach out and feel for the tray and feel which side is empty, and that's where I leave it. But it is a little difficult and it's hard to execute that quickly. I'm feeling disappointed in myself. I have to go into a pressure test after what I already feel was a pressure test. I'm just really, really stressed out and I'm feeling overwhelmed.
So Christine likely knew something like this would eventually happen, but for her fairy versus team challenge to go this badly is pretty brutal, no other way around it. And unfortunately, the negatives from this challenge trickled into the elimination apple pie test, and Christine would continue to doubt herself throughout, and she assumed her apple pie would be a disaster, only for her to produce an absolute masterpiece.
I've never seen you that flustered. And then, with barely 18 minutes to go, you still were not in the oven with your apple pie. What the hell is going on?
No excuse. I just was flustered and I'm not experienced with making pie at all, so
What do you think this pie looks like?
I think it probably looks like a pile of rubbish.
Visually, it looks stunning. Dark brown colour on the edge.
Thank you, Chef.
The sugar has almost glazed the pastry. Stop doubting yourself. Be bold,
Yes, Chef.
okay? The pie underneath, the pastry looks cooked. Can you hear that on top?
Yes, Chef.
What does that sound like to you?
It sounds good and crusty.
Good and crusty. Stop feeling upset with yourself. Okay? Come on. Come on. Right. And it's intact. Right in front of your very eyes, I have a wedge of a beautiful apple pie. And the flavour? The flavour's amazing. Okay? Well done. Okay? Congratulations. Really good job.
So yeah, despite being doubted by literally everyone, leading her to doubt herself even, all while having to deal with the challenges of her disability, despite that, she produced an awe-inspiring apple pie that would pass at even the most fine dining of pastry restaurants. Truly an unreal showing and roller coaster of emotions for Christine, but after thinking she was gone, she was now into the top 15. But if episode 5 was a signature episode for Christine's journey when it comes to the challenges she had with her disability, episode 6 would be a signature episode for her with just how dominant she was, and would officially become a top contender for not only the audience, but to the chefs who had previously doubted her literally an episode prior.
I just basically deep fried some sweetbreads that I had battered in panko.
Really terrific.
It's delicious. Wait, they are cooked to perfection. Great job.
Thank you.
Well done.
Thank you, sir.
Really well done. Yeah. Christine, are you worried about how good she is?
She's definitely got an amazing palate, so she's definitely a dangerous cook. I think she might be a little bit thrown by working with the fresh crab in this.
Fresh crabs.
You're clever, Ryan. I have to tell you.
No more Mr. Nice Guy. What is that there?
I was thinking about ceviche. I kind of went for something that was like more of a cocktail.
It's delicious.
Thank you, Chef.
It's fresh. It's fragrant. Right. That one up big time, let me tell you. Because there's no disadvantage here. Ryan, come on. But taste.
Yeah, it's really awesome. You knocked it out of the park, Christine.
Thanks.
I want to prove to Ryan that you did try to screw me by giving me live crab, but I turned around and made it into something awesome.
Unbelievably, after thinking she was going home an episode prior, Christine would produce 3 stunning dishes afterwards, and went from being last picked to team captain for the top 14. But again, if Christine thought doing a regular challenge was tough, being a team leader will be even tougher, especially since they're usually the scapegoat if the team loses. So let's see if a blind lady can lead her team to victory in this breakfast service.
Please tell people what to do, what they need to get on there, okay?
All right, I'm trying my best.
Hey, what do we need? Felix, communicate with them.
Eggs Benedict gets nappade and the egg gets covered with hollandaise.
Okay.
This is not a dessert with chocolate sauce.
I hear Felix getting chewed out for putting only a drizzle of hollandaise sauce. Not being able to see and being team captain, it's very difficult. I need my team members to step up.
We need more hollandaise. Make sure we don't run out. Tanya, are you in the hollandaise?
Christine, I'm on it.
Christine is so vocal, it's extraordinary.
She is really kind of rising to the top, as we said. She's taking control.
You guys need to worry about the eggs Benedict. Felix needs to get these out.
With 60% of the vote, the winning team, the red team.
Leading a team to victory is a huge accomplishment for me. I feel awesome, like I've climbed that entire ladder from bottom to top.
So not only is Christine an absolute badass cook, but she would prove to be a good leader as well. Not to mention this was all in very little sleep given the judges woke up the contestants at 3 a.m. So yeah, 7 episodes into the season, and Christine isn't just a contender to win, she has to be seen as a favorite with all these incredible standout performances already. The next 3 episodes would be somewhat quieter for Christine, but that didn't stop her from continuing to dominate, as she would produce a very good strawberry shortcake elimination dish at the final 13. Came in clutch the next team challenge in being able to come up with an Indian dish for the chefs to make, and then would produce another great elimination dish to save herself, this one being a flatbread. And after this, Cowboy Mike made it clear on who he thought was winning the season.
Before you leave, who's going to win MasterChef?
Chef, this woman cooks better with no sight than all we do. I'm saying Christine.
Christine.
Thanks.
I can't wait to buy your book, babe.
Again, Mike is thinking what we're likely all thinking, as Christine had absolutely relished in all her dishes, with her worst moment this season not even being a bad dish, just simply getting overwhelmed, which was obviously understandable. Unfortunately, after dominating all season, the top 9 round would be Christine's first true bad performance. It would start with her good friend Felix winning the Mystery Box Challenge, which is also somewhat negative for Christine, as she hadn't really shined in the mystery boxes, but nonetheless, her friend would try to help her out by giving her one of the easiest fishes in salmon. But unfortunately, Christine would have her first bad elimination performance.
I cooked salmon with a panko breadcrumb layer. It's served with rice and some stir-fried vegetables.
Wow. The breadcrumbs are raw. This dish in front of you is your worst performance in this competition.
The salmon is well done. Almost as if the panko and the salmon are nearly the same color all the way through. Sadly, I can easily say this is the least visually appealing dish that you have put up.
Sloppy. It is like cooked through like they would come if you bought salmon in a can, literally. If Felix is trying to help you, it's not working.
So after a season of dominance, and her incredible story even sparking chefs to help her out in these elimination challenges, would this be the end of the road for Christine Ha?
Christine, please step forward. You shocked us all. I mean, that was a big blow for all of us. Christine.
Yes, chef.
Your time in MasterChef is not over. Please step back to your station.
Thank you, chef. I'm really relieved, but I know I really need to step up my game.
So while not the worst dish, of course, obviously still a scare for Christine, and it'll be important to see how she responds after her first bad performance. Despite having one bad performance all season and Lily proving herself as a leader in these challenges, she would once again be last picked for the final 8 team challenge, much to the shock of Ramsey, who said outright she would have been his first overall pick. She would have a bit of a mishap during the challenge though, as she would let the corn catch on fire, but despite this, her team would win the challenge, taking us to the top 7, which would be a very interesting episode for Christine, as after failing to win the Mystery Box Challenge for Paula Deen, the winner Frank would pick the pairs for the first ever pair elimination challenge in MasterChef history, with him pairing Christine with Stacy. So while Christine had proven herself in the team challenges before, now it's communication with one specific chef, and she wouldn't have multiple people to guide her. Again, MasterChef history has proven just how intense this challenge is for every home cook, much less a blind chef having to take in all this information and producing a good dish within the time limit. And unfortunately, it would all be too much for Christine.
Christine, can you talk to me? I'm cutting the...
Yellowtail also gets the grain, like the tuna.
The tuna?
Yeah.
I did it like the salmon. They're not the prettiest cuts in the world, man, I'm telling you.
I think we're moving pretty slow, Stacey.
Oh, I'm trying.
Happy with the rice?
I think you could use a little more seasoning, but it needs to cool down a little bit.
Yeah, that's more important, isn't it? Cooling down, especially before you put the sushi together.
Stacey, just get those vegetables in there and then pull out that crab and then just try to do that roll.
Oh, Lordy.
You got it. We need to slice that fish up. Okay, come on.
Oh, my God.
Stacy and Christine walk up, and it's so hard for me not to freak out. Apparently, they didn't finish a roll. They didn't even fry their tempura.
Obviously, you're missing a main component, that being the California roll. Veggies, they don't have any batter on them. It's a shame. I really wish that we could have seen an entire plate.
The cut's dreadful. And what are they? Just there. Absolutely raw. Raw. This is the worst performance from both of you.
So while Christine was never truly in that much danger of going home her first time up for elimination, this was truly a 50-50 shot after both she and Stacy had a dreadful performance, and Christine's MasterChef life was now all in the hands of Graham, Joe, and Gordon.
The person leaving tonight is Stacy. Darling, your time is done.
It was never really stated what edged out Christine over Stacy here, but in one of the closest eliminations of the season, Christine would survive again. But I think it's safe to say now, as we approach the end game, she can't have another bad performance, as it's likely 3 strikes and you're out. And to make things even worse, Christine would have to deal with more competition, as Josh, literally one of the favorites to win before his elimination, would earn his way back into the competition. And thus, we're back where we started with Chef and Chefs fighting for the MasterChef title. This would obviously be an important bounce back episode for Christine, and she would indeed come up clutch, getting in the top 3 at the Prawns Mystery Box Challenge despite not winning. And even though she wouldn't have one of the best 2 elimination challenge dishes, she would avoid the bottom 3, with her friend Felix being the one to go home. That would bring us to the official final 6 this time, with the team challenge being the most intense one so far, as Hell's Kitchen met MasterChef, and the 6 home cooks would have to run a fine dining restaurant. Heck, it was even men versus women. Again, I know I sound like a broken record, but the first time on the line has to be terrifying for anyone, much less when you're blind. Christine would actually be the first pick this time, with Joe believing having Christine in this spot would cost the red team. Seriously, Joe, now you of all people are going to doubt Christine? Guess she has to prove your hateful ass wrong too.
Where would you put her in a situation like this?
I would have her at the end finishing a dish.
Definitely coat check room.
No, come on.
This is a live kitchen, Michelin-starred restaurant. She can't do it. She's a liability.
What do you want me to start first? Sear the venison first or do the Brussels sprouts
We're
first?
gonna sear the venison first.
Okay.
1 minute to go, come on.
Becky, another venison up.
I know is what is in front of me, what I'm plating, what I'm doing, and that's all I'm concentrating on.
Last plate, chef, please serve it.
3, 2, 1, and stop.
Well done, team. Well done. Truly well done.
Both teams have successfully completed all 44 diners' orders.
How full circle is it that Christine went from faltering in the first challenge of the season to now completing a full-on dinner service, and best of all, proving Joe wrong? Truly a freaking beast. So that brings us into the final 5, which will be interesting, as in a twist, the chefs went from thinking they would cook with the 50 ingredients they chose, only for them to have to cook with ingredients from another contestant, with Christine getting stuck with Becky's ingredients. This unfamiliarity for the blind Christine would likely cost her, with Josh in the end winning the challenge, with him choosing Ramsay's white tuna as the dish the other 4 would have to deal with for elimination. However, with a spot in the Final Four on the line, Christine would essentially replicate Ramsey's fancy tuna.
I mean,
looks like the one that was up here is the demo. Extraordinary. You've got the right amount of passion fruit. How do you do this?
It takes a lot of memory. It's about using all the other senses and just focusing.
All the components together, harmonize, and it's delicious. Super proud of you.
So when you taste the dish, images must come up in your mind. Be able to put them back in the plate to reinterpret that mental imagery. Well, that's a pretty amazing talent. You continue to impress and amaze us. That is a great dish. Congratulations to you.
Thank you so much, sir.
it's delicious. For the first time in this competition, to be honest, Christine, I'm lost for words. Great job.
Thank you.
There was one standout dish tonight that they managed to perfect it, which was a joy. Christine, incredible.
It would have been easily able to be served to the president himself. It was a great dish.
Oh my gosh.
So not only would this incredible dish propel her into the Final Four, but she would get to pick her teammate for the final team challenge of the season, with Christine choosing Stacy as her partner, arguably the biggest threat to win this season along with Christine, thus making for quite a dynamic duo. And those two would indeed prove themselves in front of an esteemed panel of judges, propelling themselves into the final three.
We have decided that the best meal was cooked by the red team.
Oh my God, thank you so much. Thank you so much.
We won. We beat the boys yet again and sealed our spots in being top 3.
So we're at the final 3 now, and in the final mystery box challenge of the season, the chefs wouldn't be cooking for a spot in the final 2, but a big advantage in the elimination challenge. But probably most importantly, the final 3 would be making an entree for their potential cookbook, which is of course one of the prizes for winning MasterChef. And thus, Christine would prove to the judges why she deserved her own cookbook.
So I did a stir fry with some rice noodles, shallot, garlic, ginger, soy sauce, fish sauce.
It's really a complete sensation. Noodles have a great texture to them. It's very intense.
Oh, they taste incredible. And the flavor of the scallop shines through. Good job.
Thank you, chef.
I wish you could see this bowl of food, and I wish your mother was standing next to me tasting it, because it's a true testament of where you've come in this competition. I'm telling you, absolutely delicious.
The best dish tonight. Christine.
That dish was phenomenal. Absolutely mind-blowing.
But again, despite this impressive showing, Christine wasn't safe, but she did get to choose what legs of meat to cook with, and she would obviously choose chicken over lamb and frog. Unfortunately, while her dish was overall good, it was deemed too creamy, and thus, Josh would instead be the first person to make it to the finale. And so, it all came down to the two friends, and for that matter, the two frontrunners all season, on who would join Josh in the final 2.
The person joining Josh. Congratulations, Christine.
It's really surreal. I just can't believe I've made it this far. Just coming here and being able to kick butt.
Good job, Christine! Good job, girl.
And so, after a season with some downs, but mostly insane ups, Christina proved herself, the competition, and all of America that anything is truly possible. And she was now in the final 2. And so now it all comes down to this. This blind woman was 3 dishes away, 1 appetizer, 1 entree, and 1 dessert from finishing the ultimate feel-good story.
I made a Thai papaya salad. In addition to papaya, there's jicama and carrots.
When you present an appetizer that simple, it really needs to deliver some dynamic flavors.
It almost resembles a glass noodle or linguine. I think certainly the star of this dish in my palate is this dressing with its bright acidity, back palate of heat. The vegetables are amazing.
The flavor's really nice. It's balanced. It is asking for more crab.
It's good. It's refreshing. It's delicious. You've got the seasoning absolutely nailed.
I braised and caramelized pork belly and served it with some rice and a quail egg on top.
Simplistic, rustic, classic Vietnamese background. You can see that. Yeah, you've got that fat rendered down beautifully. It's rich, buttery in the middle, and it just melts in your mouth.
What it lacks in appearance, it makes up in spades with that flavor.
I wanted to take the menu full circle and return to something cold and refreshing, so I made a coconut lime sorbet.
The tuile is beautiful, that cornflake gold color, and the aroma that comes from the lime. We all smell it across the table right now.
The texture's right.
And it is timed beautifully after a severe pork belly, let me tell you. Really good.
Thank you, Chef.
So just simply an incredible finale performance for Christine here, but Josh was no slouch either. Will the dream come true for Christine, or will she fall just short?
The winner of MasterChef, Christine.
I just can't believe it. I'm the master chef. This has been the most amazing experience, seriously.
And with that, a little blind woman would be crowned the best home cook in America, earning $250,000 in her own cookbook in the process. And let's make this very clear. Christine did not win simply due to her condition. She won by being an absolute dominant cook all season, especially when it mattered most. As well, yeah, her mystery box challenges were mostly fine. She truly delivered some clutch elimination challenge dishes, with her apple pie truly being an all-time iconic MasterChef moment. Not only that, but despite being a blind woman, she did damn well most of the team challenges despite the obvious concerns. And while she had her tough moments for sure, again, a blind woman literally led her team to victory in one of the challenges, and would complete a freaking dinner service. Like, holy moly, man, it's just all unreal. I mean, she had like 3 bad dishes all season, with her worst moment of the season coming at the duos challenge, and that's obviously understandable why she didn't exactly shine. She also had some serious competition as well in the likes of Josh, Frank, and Becky, and in general, truly inspired all of America with her story. As cliche as it may sound, guys, truly follow your dream. Anything is possible if you put your mind to it. So there you have it, guys, the full story of Christine Ha in MasterChef Season 3. Let me know what your favorite Christine moment is in the comments below, and please be sure to hit that subscribe and like button if you want more MasterChef content. With all that said, take care everyone, and I'll see you next time.